Welcome to Go Keys College. Today I got a question from a subscriber. How do I move an item in my scene higher up? Like if you want to access it really quick. And the answer is you could, but something has got to give. For example, if I want to write hip scene to be higher up, right now it's U075. Let's hit enter, let's check it out. So this on the key of C, right? And everything is set, user 75. But if I want it higher up, I'm going to have to look for a slot to write over. So let's say from where it was, 75, I want to write it to 65. All I need to do is set it to where I want to write on top of. So let's do that again. I need to make sure this is selected, hip scene. So I'm going to hit right at this point, making sure that this is what I want, right? So with that set, I will hit right, and then I'm going to look for where to write it on top of. I mean, you could write it all the way up top here if you want, you know, you could write it on any of these, but I don't want to write it on any of these ones that I really like, that I'm really sure about. So instead, I'm going to write it on 65. But if you want to write it on your number one, you can. So with that done, all you do is hit enter, execute, say okay, still there, execute, okay, enter. Now it is going to write what I had in 75 on top of 65 instead. So now you go back to scene, you can see it's written hip scene on top of what was there. It still remains where I had it before, you know, where I had it before was 75, and it's still there, it's in two places. Let me show you a more complex approach. Now, this is electropop, right? And we can check it out. It's very well known. This is smooth drift. This is luminous flicker. Now, if I wanted to move luminous flicker, I make sure it's selected, highlighted, right? Then I hit right. The moment I hit right, it shows me where to write this to. So I'm going to go all the way to scene. Let's go to scene 83. I hit enter, execute, okay, enter again. Now it's going to move that scene all the way to 80 something. Okay, now let's check it out. Again, hit scene, and now luminous flicker is on 83. So if I go back to the top, I can see luminous flicker is here, but it's also all the way at the bottom as well. So I don't need to be nervous about losing it. I can just copy a scene there. Now, if I wanted my 01 sax new, right? It's very unique. I put in a lot of effects. It has a lot of the delay and stuff. So anyway, going back to scene, it's now 078. If I wanted to move this to replace luminous flicker, I could. All I need to do is hit right and go all the way up to where luminous flicker was in the beginning. Hit enter, execute, okay, enter, let it do its thing. And at the end of it all, when you go to scene, voila, there is your 01 sax new. So feel free to copy any of these that you like. You can just copy it all the way down to the bottom, and you can replace your top scenes like that. And this is a game changer for those of you who are fed up of the limitations of these 5. In your scene, you can actually save like major sound. You can save layered sounds. There's a lot that you can do with it. I hope this answers the question for you. Thanks for asking the question, and let's take it out with a jam on Cityscape Jam. Okay, my friends, see you next time. Smash the like button if you found value from this. Bye for now.